I was thinking yesterday of the television series, Hercule Poirot. In one episode Madame Oliver quipped to Hercule, saying, "It's God's mercy that we can remember." And Hercule Poirot answered, without a pause, "No, madam, it's God's mercy that we can forget." Well, at least that is how I recall the conversation. Of course, I am thinking spiritually here, and think of the mind of the brain, oh, the mind of the brain, wherein we had fallen, wherein we are trapped, the great divine entity called the body and brain. I watched something on television yesterday, something that was violent. I turned it off right away, and it was, in my imagination, as if God was saying to me, "Now the scene lives in your brain like a seed, what are you going to do about it?" The key here is to be aware of the great trick we trick ourselves with, which is that we are obliged to remember things. We must jump over this hurdle. I want to get some things out of my brain, out of my brain. Now the mind of the brain is alive, and will tell you that it cannot forget without an exchange platform. The brain wants to remember, we must give the bad memory a way out. We actively relinquish the bad memory by our focus and will, in the setting or platform of a sense of beautiful self, but the self must be strong, the self or sense of self must be felt as a strong self. I say to myself, in viewing my strong self, that I don't need the bad memory. I accept newness. On a side note, I think about images in my mind the other day of the angel who gave me 2 donkeys. I talked about it elsewhere. And the name of the first donkey was Perfect, and the name of the second donkey was Clarity. Evidently it speaks of the way the mind of the brain works. I have been wondering about the word perfect, what's the point of that? The donkey evidently, again, speaks of something that serves me, a way of thinking that can serve me. The perfectness speaks of an executive quality of the mind in clarity. If consciousness is an interface receiving things from God into the natural world, then clarity becomes the platform. The perfectness speaks of the clarity to be an ability, an agency. We can practice this in stillness in our meditation. Clarity is a state and a feeling, in this regard. That is why I always say that lucidity gives actuality, and the creative field likes actuality. Clarity is perfect, which is to say, it works. And we know that pain causes us to penetrate deeper and deeper inside our many thoughts, reaching for dullness to dull the pain. But miracles pass through clarity.